Good morning, everybody. Amanda here. So, I would have made this video yesterday, but I had a major migraine going on yesterday, and I couldn't. So, I'm making it now. So yesterday I had my consultation with the Weight and Wellness Center, and we talked about a lot of things. So I'm going to try to remember, because again, I had a migraine, and I was trying my best to focus and remember, and she said I could be overwhelmed with the information, and that's okay, because I'm going to be going over the information again anyway, because this is definitely a process. It's a little wet out here, so try not to get things wet. So we talked about my medical history, my medications, my food habits, and I talked about when I was a kid up until now, my weight, exercise, we probably talked about other things, but we talked a lot about, all like medical stuff and all that stuff, and I think that they may diagnose me with binge eating disorder. Now, that I have spoken briefly on this channel about my relationship with food and all that, and how it's difficult for me to talk about that, and that's why, because I've gone through periods of my life where I would go through something that triggered my emotions, and I didn't know what to do, and then I would eat a bunch of food, but then I would feel bad about that, and then I wouldn't eat. And when I was younger, I think I was like 24, 25-ish. I had moments during that time period where I'd gone through a breakup, I was dealing with my son, I hadn't been diagnosed yet with mental illness, and I was so stressed, and I did throw up sometimes, because is what I did, and I didn't know why. I don't do that now. I don't throw up my food or anything like that. Actually now, it's hard for me to eat breakfast. It's always been hard for me to eat breakfast. It makes me nauseous. Like, I ate breakfast this morning, and I feel like I want to throw up. Like, it makes me nauseous. I hate eating breakfast. I've been like that ever since I was a child. I hate eating breakfast. And lunch, I was always forced to eat lunch as a kid. I remember being called in, you need to eat lunch. I'm like, I'm not hungry. And they're like, you have to eat. And I'm like, why? And I was forced to eat, and I wasn't hungry. I wanted to play. And, I would get hungry later in the day, like 3, 4, 5 o'clock, like when it's time for dinner. So really all I wanted to do was like eat dinner, and that's it. And that's kind of what's going on now. It's hard for me to eat breakfast. I don't really want to eat lunch. I don't get hungry during the day. And at the end of the day, that's when I get hungry, and then I eat dinner. So, I don't know. It is what it is right now. So that's why I have an appointment in about 2 weeks with a dietitian. And they gave me logs to fill in before I go see. So you can see it has the days of the week, and then it has like what you would eat, and then your water intake as total carbs, total calories, fluid intake, and exercise. So basically what they want to know is, what do you eat during the day? How many calories are you intaking? What's your intake of fluid, and what's your output of, like, exercise? This isn't like you have to follow this. They want to know what you are actually eating. And sometimes I do eat breakfast, sometimes I don't. I tried eating breakfast today because I got up early. I got up early for a reason. That will be in a different video, though, of why I got up early. So she also gave me this paper, which has a bunch of different support groups on it and days and times, right here. And it, you have to call, though, and set it up because it's telehealth, and there's like limited spots and stuff like that, but it's online, so you don't have to drive all the way there, because it's a little bit of a drive to get to where I need to go. But they have things like, why is this so hard? Dissecting Our Motivations. So learn about the 3 components of motivation. Why am I changing? How strongly committed am I? How much faith do I have in myself? Let's see, boundaries with self, others, and temptations. Discuss interdependency, independence, codependency. Emotional eating. That's what I got. I got like the emotional eating. So learn the definition of binge eating disorder and understand the difference between emotional and physical hunger. And then they've got free patient support groups, and free nutrition support groups. So that's very important, to do those groups. You don't have to do all of them, but to do some of them. Just making sure I have, oh, this is my after summary visit. So these are the papers that they sent me home with. And then what's this one? Oh, this is where, I have to get blood work done. And they also talked about, the lady also talked about, putting me on a medication. I forgot the name of it, but it's a medication that helps with weight loss. And it's because there are some medicines that I've already taken. Sorry about the sun in my face. In the past, but I had bad reactions to them, so those particular ones they would not prescribe to me, but this one they could prescribe to me, and she thinks it would be a good one to start. They have other ones which would be they would be injections, which would be more invasive. So they would want to start with the non-invasive first, obviously. Sorry, just waiting for the trucks to go by. I wasn't surprised by this, but she did recommend me. She is going to be recommending me for weight loss surgery. And there was also this pamphlet that she gave me, and it had a YouTube video on it, which the doctor that I would be seeing is actually the person who I guess would be doing the surgery. And it was like an hour-long video. It was talking about like the myths and the percentage rate of success and just the different types of things that go on with having weight loss surgery. Because a lot of people, how many people have we heard of that have had weight loss surgery and then they gained the weight back and then some, especially like on that show, what is it, My 600-Pound Life or something, I think that's what it's called, where some people do have the surgery but then they gain it back. There's been tons of shows where people have had surgery or something and they just gain the weight back, but those shows, I don't know if it's necessarily healthy the way that they lose the weight, because they lose so much weight so quickly, and that's not really healthy to do. So I don't know with those shows, like the way that they do it, if it's necessarily, I don't know if they're setting them up for success or for failure. Oh, it's just the leaves falling. I'm like, what's that noise? So we did talk a lot about, just like I told her, I had just gotten approved for, breast reduction surgery, and I had those set up. And she said, with this program, it is like intensive. You talk about food a lot, because you're trying to find that balance of knowing how much to actually eat, when to actually eat, knowing when you're full, things like that. It takes a while. So she said at the minimum you would be in the program minimum of 6 months before even thinking about getting any kind of surgery, or considering that. So you could probably be in it longer. I'm sure it's a case-by-case basis. So I wish I hadn't have had such a headache yesterday, because I don't remember everything that she said. I'm sitting here going, what else did she say? And she asked me, do I have any questions? And I'm like, I can't think of any at this time. I have a major headache, And then I thought of questions after I got home. I was kind of like thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, well, I thought of this. Oh, I thought of that. So, but she said I can always call, or, this was just my first visit anyway. So, of course, there's going to be many questions and things like that. So, and at this place they offer 2 surgeries, which is the sleeve and the gastric bypass surgeries. I have done research. I have talked to people who have had either one or the other, and everyone that I've spoken to, the research that I've done, everyone always recommends the gastric bypass. So, because the sleeve can get stuck in you, and it, you know, I mean, yeah, there are risks to the other one too, but they're not as high as the other one. So, you know, we'll see. They also gave me this GoodRx coupon for the medication, because I guess with prior authorization and all that stuff, a lot of times insurances won't cover them, or they take forever to cover them. And this way I can get the medication for like $10 instead of like $30 or $40 or something like that. Now, I'm just curious. I have never used one of these before. If anybody understands how to use this, can you please tell me? This is the actual card, and like, do I need the app, or do I just use this card? Like, I don't know. I don't understand how it works. I don't know. So if anyone knows how that works, can you let me know in the comments below? That would be really helpful. And if anyone has ever had this surgery, or a surgery for this, or has gone through this program or anything, you know, let me know what your experiences were, whether it was positive, negative, somewhere in between. You know, I'd love to know. I'd love to know what your experiences were. So, for now, that's what I'm doing. She's also going to be contacting my psychiatrist and my doctor, to talk with them, with my psychiatrist about my medications, and then, you know, obviously, asking about adding medications and things like that, because I am on other medications. And then I forgot why she was going to call my regular doctor. See, the headache, you know, I forgot why. But it's for a good reason. Maybe to get some medical history or something like that. So yeah, so I got to get blood work done. I got to do that food log thing. I got to meet with the dietitian. She's going to set me up with an appointment eventually with the actual surgeon, because the surgeon will talk to me more in depth. And she's like in depth details about the surgery. And I don't know when that will be or anything like that, but so yeah, I think it was a good visit. I think that you know, everything that she said, I do agree with. I mean, I have tried so hard over the years to lose weight, and I think you've seen it on my channel. Sometimes I've lost weight, sometimes I've gained weight. I've lost it, I've gained it, I've lost it, I've gained it. And I need help. You know, I've tried, I really have, and it's really hard. And at this, but I will say this, she had me, well, the lady that brought me into the room, she had me step on the scale, because they need to get a height and weight, and they measure your neck. And I stepped on the scale, and from the last time that I stepped on a scale at my doctor's office to this time, I've lost about 10 pounds. So that's good. I have lost some weight. I didn't feel like I was losing any weight. I thought I was like maybe gaining muscle or something, but I have lost some weight. So the physical therapy plus the walking with the zero gravity treadmill and walking at home is paying off. So it's helping. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that, and you know, hopefully, you know, things will go well. You know, the success rate is high, and and what it is that the reason why people tend to gain the weight back afterwards is because the meal plan that you're supposed to follow, a lot of people don't follow it. And if you just go back to your old habits, then you will gain the weight back. So it's not just about changing how you eat. It's about changing your thought patterns. It's about changing your behavior. It's a lifestyle change. So, oh, hello. Just falling all over me. I am under a tree. So yeah, hopefully this will go well. I've got hopes. I think things are just, you know, falling into place, you know, how they're supposed to. And, you know, hopefully one day you will see me, and over time I will, you know, I will lose weight, and I will be much healthier, and I will, you know, be in a better place for that. And you know, maybe it'll help me with my pain, and maybe it'll help me with my mental health as well, you know. So we'll see what happens. All right, well, that's what I have to say about that. Again, if you have had any experience with this, please let me know in the comments, because I've never been through this before. This is my first time, and you know, I'm just kind of navigating through, just trying to find my way here. So if you have any advice, tips, anything, you know, or you just want to share your experience, I would love to hear it. All right, thank you for watching. Yes, Birdie, I hear ya. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.